Extreme Gaming.
Welcome back to the second match of this playday, which will be a bit of a Hungarian derby. But first of all, let's welcome my co-caster Peter.
Hello again.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a bit of a Hungarian derby ahead of us again with Illés playing against Team Plague. We got a bit of a heads off for this one, that these two organizations are actually a bit of a two rivalries. So it might be interesting match for the Hungarian people to watch, but the players themselves will put the maximum of them in the game nevertheless. So yeah, let's see the two squads. Team Plague will be showing us the players of Fordir, Tubu, Lepidus, Ribza, and Kaino, which is the players we've seen, I think it was the last week, when they played against Nice Gaming, I think it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was,
they got they got destroyed 7-1 in that match, so they still have to show us how well these people can play. What do you think? Will they show up today?
I do hope so. I want them to actually shine. The first match didn't go well for them, and now they have to make up for it.
Exactly.
You know?
But today's opponent will not be much easier for them, because Illés Akadémia Spirit is actually one of the most dangerous teams there. I think I would put them next to the Wild Gaming, and their players actually have some experience, because from what I know, Rep played actually in Salamander and managed to get in Challenger League with them. Alexio played in PG Nationals, and Nero played in GSA, which is the German, Switzerland, and Austria league, official national league of these three countries. Well, and Rizzy and Chibi are actually the two players that are the newest players on the roster. They joined last season and were a big part of the team, or managed to actually help save the team from relegation in the official Hungarian league. Because those two players apparently are really good. But let's see what map will we be playing. Okay, it's nice change from the last week when it was only Oregon. Today we had Clubhouse, and right now we will see Coastline, which is Fragfest, as we all know. So
Yeah,
I
some
think
fresh action's gonna be there.
Yeah, for sure. I think we will see heads flying left and right, and some crazy players and plays. We can see that Chalet got this time really far in the ban phase, which is nice to see that at least some of these teams consider Chalet as a viable option. But nevertheless, the Coastline is on the board. Which team do you think will merge victorious on this map?
Well, I'm not quite sure. But about the Khaled ban, actually, I would say this, there are two types of teams. One type of teams is just like, I'm waiting for you to ban it, and the other team is like, I dare you to pick the map. Come on. And it looks like they didn't want to play. Whatever. On the other hand, Coastline, well, we saw the map like so many times in Pro League and everywhere else. Everyone knows how to play the map. It's pretty standard. Nothing really new comes there. So pretty much players will be dependent on their aim and their gun skill most of the time.
That's true. And the community predicted quite actually one-sided win for the Illés Akadémia Spirit, which is expected, I think, because as I've said, the team is probably one of the most experienced teams in this league. So let's see how they will perform. I think the match will be ready in just a second. So we will see. Something you would like to tell us about Coastline and your experience on the map?
Well, nothing spectacular, I would say. We can expect like very default bans, something like Valkyrie with Mira, maybe. But
yeah,
we'll see.
This map is actually one of the few maps where we don't need to see a Thatcher ban because it's not so needed. So maybe the stats will finally show another attacker in them. Like Thatcher was banned in all of the matches right now. So let's see if the streak continues. And the first ban is actually Capitao, who is really strong on this map. I'd love to play him on Coastline, to be fair. I used to play Yana a lot in here, then I switched to Zofia. Now the Capitao is my main. So yeah, it's nice to see him banned though, because his firebolts and smoke bolts are really, really good on especially the narrow corridors there are. And Hibana is the second one, which is also, I think, kind of expected. Well, not as much expected lately because of the Ace being on board, because there are now 2 hard breachers that can do the breaching from far. But still, a good gun, good versatility, and definitely annoying operator on the attacker side.
I would actually say that Hibana ban is actually a waste. You can just play Zero now. I mean Ace, sorry. He has an even better gun than Hibana. So I would say you should ban something different. But what can I tell? And you were 100% right about the Capital ban. His fireballs and smokes are really dangerous here. You can't really hold default positions.
Yeah, and you can smoke off rotations really well. He's precise, for example, on the... I find him really good on the rappel on hookah window. Like from there, you can basically smoke off the rotation to hookah from pool and even the doorway. So they basically have no way to get in other than the rotation on cool vibe stairs and so on. So there is lots of ways to utilize him, but unfortunately for us, we will not see it. Plague brings for the defense Wamai Jaeger, so they expect a lot of nades flying in, I guess. And the rest of the squad is Vigil, Jock, and not Wamai again, but the Mozi. So we can expect some extensive roam. Like all of these operators are actually potential roamers, except for Dog. Even though I've seen a lot of dogs roaming lately, I don't know if it's some new trend in ranked, but it's definitely interesting to hear him on the other side of the map. And on the other side, we have Nomad, Yana, Buck, Zofia, and Amaru. So also good fragging potential on both sides, and actually even good intel potential, because Nero on his Yana might bring a lot of intel in on the board.
Yes, indeed. But actually, they just might surprise the team play with early rush on the, for example, pool table window. And never mind, I would say. Music finds the first pick on Zofia from the beginning of the round. That's really nice for them. All of utility. Great guns is out of the way. And
yeah, I'm actually surprised where he managed to pick that Zoff. Was it like the pool window? Like a really unexpected spawn peek? Because I'm not sure right now where her body lies, but it was definitely a nice swift kill from his account. And it's one good operator of the board. Vigil now got lit like a Christmas tree in a fight on the Cool Vibe stairs, I guess, through the rotation. And Wamai got picked on the Plague side, so the sides are even now, even though Tubu and his Vigil are lit really badly. He has probably something around 20 HP, but there is a Dock on board. Unfortunately for him, he got down, but fortunately for him, it's a Dog, so he can pick himself up. And and Vigil got picked basically instantaneously after that. He didn't know where the Buck was hiding and tried to go wide, but it was actually not the right move there.
There has to be like a big missing on communication. Doc surely was calling the player that was below, so I don't know why we should just swing the player there in the blue bar. But I don't know, maybe there was something going on, something more that we didn't see. Right now,
yeah, and the Buck is actually on the spree, because the Buck got on the spree, he managed to kill one guy below, and now the plant is going down. They have the position for execute. Nice pre-fire from Jaeger, actually, almost got the Nomad that's sitting outside, but other than that, he didn't manage to do much. Because there are 3 players, all of them are in strong positions, they have the site under control from the outside, and I don't see much he can do. He actually finds a nice headshot on Haribo, and founds also a down on the Nomad, so the situation is actually looking even better right now, but there is still the Amaru that's probably sitting right next to the window. But actually he's not. There still might be chance, because he flashed, I think, himself also? No, okay, that was just the cam that we got switched to the Jaeger. And
well, I think he actually flashed himself all the way down. I'm not sure Jaeger almost pulled it off. It was surprising. Really close, man.
It was a really close one. It was a close one in the end. It was a nice try for a 1v3. He managed to find 2 players there. But other than that, the round still goes to Illés. So let's see if the kitchen and service entrance defense will suit them better. We can see Maestro on the board, so there will be at least some intel for them. And Castle is also interesting on this side. I'm really curious what they will castle off, if it's going to be more of a default, or if they will extend the castle, for example, for the Sunrise and try to play there more. There is many options you can do, you can think of.
Probably upstairs, I would say.
Yeah, that might also be a nice one. But let's see, Maestro Cam on the quite default spot. I usually place a bulletproof cam there when we don't have Maestro on the board. But yeah, it's one of the good positions on there.
So we are actually extending towards the lobby. That's actually nice to see. I haven't seen that in quite a while, but I would say it was just because I haven't watched much games, and Coastline is not that played anymore, I would say.
Yeah, so also there is not so many like deep threats on Coastline. It's mostly like just delay the attackers and try to find the kills. And as you predicted, the castle is actually setting up himself above. He castled off the 90 corridor, and I think he will also use the rest for maybe the luggage and something like that. But he's definitely playing above, and probably even with the Jaeger, who was there with him. But on the other side of the map, there is a slight push to the hookah. We can see, I think it's the buck again of the Rizzy, or maybe the Ash. Yeah, it's the Ash actually. It's the Chibi and his Ash, who's pushing already down the Cool Vibe stairs. There is Wamai for him, waiting for him. But it is a really fast push. The only thing that might stand in the way of the Chibi is the Valkyrie cam, not the Valkyrie cam, but the Maestro cam there. But he actually finds the pick on Tubu, and the Wamai got a bit impatient there and becomes the first pick of this round.
Yeah, Wamai actually didn't even know about the Ash.
Which is actually kind of surprising, because the Ash was... Because the Ash basically sprinted through hookah, and like even Ash can be hurt because of that.
Yeah, let's not make memes about invisible Ash and everything like that.
Yeah. Jaeger got picked really nicely from the cooperation of Nero and Chibi and the Yana and the Ash, so...
I'm surprised again that Maestro didn't hear actually... who is it? The rep left right next to him on the camera, but... And I don't know what to say. This was quite a choice, I would say. This was really unfortunate, man. Didn't work out so well as expected.
Yeah.
It's really interesting that... a really tough position.
Yeah, it's really interesting that Maestro actually lost the fight there, because he heard he must have heard the Aruni there, and he also must have seen her barrel of the gun. But nevertheless, the plant is going, and Lepidus is the last one standing for the Team Plague, and it's not looking good for him, because he has probably one of the worst guns on attack. He has a nice 1.5x or the small ACOG, but it still isn't really that good. He managed to get away from the nade, but other than that, there was nothing for him except to get in the scope of Yana.
Yeah, Nero pretty much just hunt him down.
Yeah, it was a nice flawless round from the side of Illés, and Team Plague still has to show us something, because right now they are getting rolled over, and it's happening everywhere. Let's see if the Clash can help with that. Like, she can be annoying, really annoying, when you know how to play her. But as we can see, she's being 6-picked to Kapkan, who is actually, I think, one of the most underestimated characters or operators right now. Like, I happen to get caught by Kapkan traps so often in the late round, because I completely forget that he is on board. Like, you tend to forget about these things because he is not being played so much. And in my opinion, especially after the change for the reinforcements, like that happened, I don't know, half a year ago, maybe even a year ago now. I don't know, it's some time. But since he doesn't need to reinforce anymore, and rest of the team can do it for him, he can place the traps like in the most annoying spots on the other side of the map, where you literally would never expect the Kapkan trap to be.
Yes, indeed, and like you said, in the last seconds, it's actually really dangerous. It happened to me as well. Like, if it's like 10 seconds to the end of the round, and you just have to walk down the hallway where there's 2 doors, and you don't have any time to actually check, you're just stunned. Either you die to Kapkan track, or someone picks you while you're destroying the Kapkan trap.
Yeah,
so not much to say about that.
It is really annoying. Well, it's not annoying. It's just hard to get through sometimes. But we can see that Nero and his Ash are actually pushing again, like on the office balcony or the aqua balcony. He's already rappelling there, but Haribo and his I think it's the Melusi. Yeah, it's the Melusi, finds the head of him, and there goes the Ash. A bit aggressive on the beginning.
That was all the way. That was all the way from the hookah, I think. That's impressive.
Yeah, I think it was through the rotation, through the doorway, and on the head of the Ash. So that was a really nice long angle. And nice advantage for the Plague in the beginning of the round.
Yeah, it looks like the Plague players just need a proper warm up, I would say. They just need to get to the game, and it's gonna go like a clock for them.
We will see. Right now they are setting up some of the roamers around, and there comes another pick from 4Deer this time, and the Nomad is dead under the hatch. He probably killed her through the hatch itself, so that's unfortunate when you don't look up and there is a gun like Alda.
Well, yeah, the advantage you get from the pretty much from the upstairs, it's sometimes really hard to play against and deal with it. And nice pick on the Amaru right now. And so far it looks like a flawless round. Yeah, and it is in the end. So like I told you, players just need to proper warm-up.
Yeah, definitely. Team Plague managed to actually bring the flawless round back to them. So we saw 2 flawless rounds in a row, and this one was actually like the defensive thing you want to see. Like they just hunkered down, waited for the players to peek, just fast peeked when they needed to check if there is someone. And I don't know actually what happened with Illés. I think they didn't have much of the intel. To be fair, I didn't check how many drones they had left, but with Yana on board, you would expect like her to be the first one on the Aqua balcony, yeet in with the Yana clone, and try to get as much intel as she can. But I don't think there actually was even any Yana clones on the game, on the board. Right now we are moving to the blue bar, which is also an interesting sight to see. I'm really curious how they will want to play it, if 4Deer and his smoke will be sitting in a Pengu spot in the pink bar basically, or pink part of the couches. But it all depends on their setup, and we can see that they are also prepping a lot above. So they want to hold it really wide, or at least prep it for a wide hold and some rotations.
Yes, it looks like this time they are extended upstairs. When you're actually playing pool bars, there are 2 ways how you can defend this side. Either you extend towards the kitchen and lobby, or you just extend upstairs. So, not much to say about that. Smoke is playing a pretty default position, like you said, in pink corner, on the couches, behind the B-bomb on default. So, I expect Illés to actually do something about that first. But we will see in the end.
Yeah, we also can see that the position is actually strongly defended with the mute jammer, so they can't drone it out easily. Even with the Yana Prisma, or clone, it's actually, you can't get through. The Melusi trap will be dealt with actually pretty swiftly. I have to admit, last week I made a mistake. I thought they even announced the change on the test server, but I learned after that the Melusi trap or the Melusi buzzer is still the same. Even on test server it was the same, so the change where you can shoot it will probably come sometime later, probably next season, which is unfortunate because I would love to see this change. But right now you still need to nade it, you still need to do something about it. And Lepidus and his castle MP5, I think it is, or something like that, got the first kill of the round on Rep and his Amaru. So that's one strong gun off the board, but Ryze actually finds the Haribo, and Nero finds another one with his Yana. And there comes another kill for Nero in the doorway to the pink bar, or to the sunrise. We can see Tubu and his Jaeger actually going back, but he's in between 2 players, and Nero finds the 3rd kill of this round. And it's looking really, really bad now for Team Plague, because Lepidus is the last one standing. He found Ryze above him, but it's again 1v3 for him, and he's in a really bad position. I don't think he can do it, and there it goes. Nero finishes the round with nice 4K on the head of the castle. It's actually the same result as last time when these 2 face off. Before it was in office, where he tried to nade him. Now the castle died even without a nade on his ass.
Yes, indeed, like you said. I expected actually some more, but the castle had some really nice picks up there. The whole setup upstairs was actually really nice, with the rotation on the right side of the quad wall upstairs in pool table, where he actually get the first pick, I think, when someone unexpectedly dropped the lounge balcony.
Yeah, I think it was Amaru just getting in by her own, like with the grappling hook, and he just found her there. Hard to tell now, but still, I'm kind of surprised that they tried so hard to hold the site because they had a strong position above. They could have went for a retake and try to just force the position, force them to plant, and pick them up from above, or actually just try to go for the retake, as I said. But right now, they're going for the same side. They will try to do it once more, maybe this time with a better plan in their mind. Or maybe they just know what went wrong and they want to deal with that. I think the thing that went wrong the most is the hold of the small room next to the sunrise, which I never know how to call.
I forgot that again. I actually knew that.
Yeah.
Isn't it called sauna, actually?
Yeah, I think it's sauna.
Right.
Yeah, it might be that. Well, it's the entrance next to the sunrise, so we all know what we are talking about. But yeah, I think it went wrong really badly there, because the Yana of Nero managed to pick, I think, 2 people there, and managed to force her way in, squeeze the Jaeger on the pink bar itself, and not pink, sunrise bar itself, and actually managed to bring the round to the hands of Illés. Right now, the Yana is on the same spot. There came a early C4, but other than that, the only kill that was on the board is actually on the side of the Plague. 3 players dropped really fast, and then there is the 4th one. Shippy goes for a double kill. Nero found the head, I think it was of the Mute in the Revza, and Haribo this time is the last one with the MP5 of Melusi. He has a good gun for clutch, but I don't think he has the potential against 5 people if they don't do something really badly. The Ash chip is down, Nero is dead. Nice 2k from the side of Haribo, but once he manages to get off the kitchen, he's getting free-fired from the main stairs, and Rizzy is the one to bring this round to close on the kill on Melusi with his weapon, and nice aim and pre-fire.
Yeah, there wasn't much he can do. The Illés players just hunt him down.
Yeah, they cut off his only way out of the kitchen, basically. He had left, and I don't think he had impact grenades on the Melusi, and if he did, he probably used them before, so he couldn't even open the wall from kitchen. So, yeah, sadly for him, he got pinched and picked really, really nicely from Illés. And we are looking at 4-1 situation for Illés, and let's see if Plague manages to actually bring another round to them.
Yeah. By the way, isn't Haribo actually a brand for sweets? Do you know?
Yeah, it is. I think it's with 2 R's. So yeah, he got picked like a gummy bear from the package.
You need to refill your energy.
Well, let's hope he didn't give too much energy to the Illés, because right now this team is looking like on fire, and there is not much that's going wrong from their part. The only round that went wrong was the one that Blake managed to get flawlessly, thanks to early picks and I think a good drone denial. But right now there is no mute on board, so there is no denial of information for Illés, so they can actually get all the intel they want to. They still have all the drones alive, so that's also something.
Well, I do believe that like players know that Illés Akadémia, they are not really droning that much, so they don't really need that for drone denial, and neither they are playing hard breacher, so they don't actually need any wall denial. So pretty much they just play whatever they want, I guess.
That's definitely true. Illés lost their first 3 drones, so that's also unfortunate for them. Nero instead of Yana picked Slash, still has nades in his pocket, so he can be dangerous with that again. But right now there will not be any like intel gathering with the Yana clone. We can see players playing in the office, just waiting for them to enter. Fortier and his Alda and Maestro are playing again on the blue couch in Aqua. They destroy the Capcan trap, but the Sledge manages actually to finally get the Fortier, even though he got lit a lot, and now found another head inside of the site. And before I managed to actually finish the sentence, 3 more players drop down, and Nero is down on the floor, being rest. And the last man standing is actually the Capcan, and Lapidus, they know about him. They probably droned him or heard him run up, and he is being pre-fired by 3 people, so that's not something you want to see or you want to feel in that situation. So poor Capcan got destroyed by everyone on the board, and we saw another flawless round to close the half.
Well, 5-1, it's not very good for you, I would say. Even though it is quite an attacker-sided map, I would think. I would expect something more like 3-3, but we can see the difference in these teams, I guess, on the half. They just play really narrow. Oh, I mean the Illés Akadémia. So
yeah, we can see that Nero is actually fragging his bottom off, because he has 10 kills in 6 rounds, thanks to a 1 cheeky 4K in I think it was a 3rd round somewhere, where he managed to pull off a really nice play with the Yana. Right now we will see what Plague can do on the attack. They are bringing actually Dokkaebi to deal with the roamers, Ying probably for some, actually, maybe pretty fast push, we will see. Maybe they will just want to go for side straight away with some really nice Candelas. But on the other side,
yeah, I don't think they are gonna be roam clearing anything here. Yeah, I just expect them to actually go straight for the site.
Yeah, it might be true. There is also the Mozzie that can actually pick off some players.
Well, yes. I like the Frostby actually. Yeah, we actually saw that today from the previous match, but not in the first half of this one.
Chibi is actually getting aggressive somewhere and getting the first amount of shots, but Nero with a pistol and a really long C4 throw didn't manage to confirm the kill on Haribo, managed to get a few shots back actually, and he's downed and killed by the Dokkaebi and her DMR. Haribo is still on the floor though, so he needs to be picked up and put together a bit. I think his gummy legs are a bit broken right now. But other than that,
I would say he's in a lucky position that that his team is actually capable of bringing it back to the game. Nero was pretty much was trying to disrespect the opponent with the pistol spam pick. If he actually spam pick with the MP5, he would get the kill right away. But
yeah, it was a bit of a playful play from Nero's side, if I am to say it so. He just tried to get some cheeky one tap and didn't manage to bring it home. But the situation is 4v5 for Illés right now. Mozzie is running downstairs like crazy little man as he is, and trying to kill at least the drones and Yana clones that are in the way, and also looking for some nice flank. And Jaeger himself, or Chibi actually, finds the first kill probably in the office, so he brings the situation back to even state. We can see 2 Frostmats in the hookah, so that's something you don't want to run to when you expect only 1 trap there. But still, it's 4v4. A lot of Illés players are lit a lot, like they are low on HP, and basically 3 of their players now have like health of a 1 player to put together, so that's not something you want to fight with. And Rebza actually picks another one with his, I think it's the Nomad with the ARX, and he picks the Mozzie. That was the one with the half HP. So 2 players of Illés are now in a position that's not good. They have like 1 shot down, and Chibi is the one that's actually getting down because of that.
Yes, it's actually 30 seconds to the end of the round, but it's still manageable for the team Illés. They have a smoke with 2 canisters left, and he's on the very common position where he can pretty much deny the plant behind the wall by the smoke tricking. But no, it looks like he's going for the picks.
Oh, there was actually
surely
an
heard the
unfortunate
plan.
timing because there is a guy on Cool Vibe stairs and he missed him by a hair. And other than that, he got picked by the, I think it was Zofia or someone on the window. So that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It has some potential. It was like potential for the clutch, but we didn't see that. One player actually fell to the Frostmat. If he managed to get the pick on the big window where Nomad was rappelling, it would be actually easy clutch for him. But well, Tides of Fate didn't go well for him.
Yeah, they will try to defend the same site again, this time with Wamai. So this time we might actually see something, or they are being prepared for the Candelas and more utility than before. I'm actually, oh yeah, that was the Frost. I was just thinking who was the operator it was instead of the Wamai last time. And I also think that Nero will actually not go for the pistol spawn peak this time. Or if he goes for the spawn peak, he will just put the MP5 to his shoulder and try to get the kill as fast as possible.
Yes, indeed, as you say. There's not much we can actually discuss about this. So far, actually, it looks like the same setup. The players actually try to not do the same mistakes, because it was actually quite close round. Usually when you actually go back to the side, you just know what you did wrong, like you said, like in the previous half. So let's see.
Yeah, Mozzie is going downstairs again, and I'm surprised Smoke is there with him. Actually, he's preparing some peek holes and leg holes, so they can see someone running there. But other than that, he's backing up to the side, probably going to be sitting behind the ping bar and trying to smoke anyone who would try to or dare to plant behind the bomb. Melusi is also playing downstairs this time, so they have actually a really lot of roamers. I think it's just one guy on the side, and that's the Wamai.
It's actually a good adaptation towards the plague attacks. Last round they actually went from the office and they were doing some mess from below, so the smoke actually couldn't really play behind the shield on the default position behind the pink bar, but they just managed to set up the side, just destroy the wall in the blue bar, so the player in lobby can actually deny the player and pretty much help the player that's in the pink bar upstairs.
That's true, and there is actually a nice pinch for the Mozzie. They're just not able to finish the guy in the office. He's still sitting there, still waiting, even though he has a Jaeger next to him. They are just, even though they had the situation under control and the information on the Mozzie, they are not able to get him out of there, and actually it's the defenders who are picking off one by one Haribo and Tubu at the beginning of the round. Oh, not at the beginning, but in the round itself. And the position in the office is still held solidly by the Mozzie and Jaeger, who didn't even flinch there. And it looks like Team Plague actually is going for the side. Lepidus is finding one head in of Alexio. So the smoke is off the board. That's actually a huge pick, but he might get flanked. But it's actually him who gets the kill this time through the luggage. And I think Plague actually has a strong potential right now to get the kills. And Rebza shows it to us because he and his Nomad found the Mozzie on the Cool Vibe stairs. He knew someone might come flanking from the stairs and prepared for it. So there it goes. Even though Mozzie heard the Medusa trap going off and buzzing all the way from there, the pre-fire didn't land where it needed. So that's third round actually for Plague on the board, and Illés is kind of forced to switch sides this time, because even though they played safe and tried to hold it as well as they could, they didn't manage to hold it off well enough.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. I thought it was actually a 5v3 situation for the defenders, as I'm correct. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you are actually.
I would say it was pretty much a joke when they had like everything they needed. Probably the Ying did a lot of work while killing 2 players upstairs.
Yeah, the
So
Ying
props to
managed
him.
to actually bring the round back to Plague, because I think it was Lepidus on it. He actually managed to kill the smoke on the ping bar. I don't know what the smoke was doing there. If he was just trying to peek towards the Aqua, and unfortunately got picked there. And then there came actually a good flank from Chibi and his Jaeger, but he just got unlucky there, and the pre-fire or the spray through the baggage there came just straight for his head. It's kind of unfortunate angle there, but you can do it really easily just to kill someone through the backpacks there. We can see though that the kitchen hold is extended so much above that there is no one left on site, and to be fair, if Plague manages to discover this, they will just go for plant in first half minute, and I think they know, because right now they are just opening, smoking, and they are going for the plant, and Tubu is the one for it. They are flashing the hell out of the site and Tubu, and the plant is down in literally 30 seconds. Even though Rizzy finds the head of Haribo, I don't think there is much they can do to deny the or to disable the diffuser. There comes the first 2 picks for the Plague. The Dokaibi managed to run in and out of the smoke. That's something. Lepidus is down. It's 3v3, actually 2v3. Lepidus is on the ground. Fortier is the last man standing, and I'm surprised it actually went this way, because they had such a strong position to defend the plant. Like,
well, that was really confusing. I do believe that Dokaibi actually thought that someone was on the diffuser. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
The plant execute went really good, and then it was pretty much chaos. Everyone's trying to find someone, and some picks. Some players were doing there were gunfights in the lobby. And what was really confusing, like, Dokaibi just ran through the smoke on the diffuser. Probably some miscall or some, I don't know. Someone probably called something that he's on the diffuser, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
but in the end, they managed to secure the round. So props to them. Even though it looks like it would went in the Plague's favor. You can go.
Yeah, to be fair, this was, from my point of view, this was a complete choke, because they planted right away. No one was near the diffuser, so the defenders needed like at least 15 seconds to get to the diffuser itself. And they still managed to play the post plant so badly that everyone got killed in the doorway. Even though the only thing that should be enough to do was to use the Zofia to actually gizmo anyone who tries to defuse. Because you can do it when someone is defusing, you just slap him in the face, not even in the face, just around him with a concussion grenade, and he stops the diffuser. And you can do this twice in a row, so that's like almost 20 seconds that you waste off the diffuser. And I think they just played the postman too aggressive. Let's see if they can actually do better this time, but it's a match point for Illés. They are defending top floor this time. Hookah and Billiards. There is again only like 2 people near the site, so they're playing basically a deathmatch right now.
Yes, that's correct. I wonder if we are gonna see the same strategy for attack, but looks like GB actually found the first pick of the round on the Zofia.
Yeah, the Zofia just went running through the kitchen towards lobby and got picked there by the Jaeger so easily that he was like a cherry on top of the tree, on top of the cake. Rep, meanwhile, with his alibi, finds the kill on another player, and Nero and his Melusi is the next one to actually pick a cherry from the cake. That's called Plague Team. Right now it's 2v5 for Lepidus and Fortier. I don't think there are many calls left, and Rep is actually on the fire because he kills another one outside of the building. And unless Fortier can do miracles with the DMR, this round is over for them. I think the Illés would have to play really badly, really aggressively to choke this round and give the 1v5 to Fortier. He actually almost managed to find one, but Nero finally found the cheeky one-tap with his pistol. Maybe not one-tap, but he found the hat there. Oh, it actually probably was a one-tap. So yeah, Illés Akadémia is the team that brings this match to the win. And with a spectacular manner too. It was 7-3. Not as one-sided, I think, but still, it was pretty one-sided.
I wouldn't say it was like equal, pretty much. Illés Akadémia, they were pretty much doing everything they wanted. And they had the right of the game in their favor, pretty much. They were the ones controlling the flow. So, not much to say.
Yeah, it is true. I think the only basically round that was flawless from Plague was the round when they actually, or the Illés actually played a bit too aggressive or too cheeky. They wanted the one tap on the window, they wanted many other things, and it didn't work for them. Other than that, it was one man, or not one man, but one team show from the side of Illés. They were running around the map, just gunning down anyone who went into their sights. Definitely interesting performance. If I check the table there, or the border, not border, Wikipedia. Oh yeah, and you can also check Wikipedia if you want to. The Paddock League is there. You can check the results, everything, stats, bans, everything there is. But yeah, Illés is on the second place, right after the Wild, with a difference that is not as good. But yeah, it was interesting match. I hope the interview will be ready in a few seconds. Okay, we are still waiting for someone from Illés to talk to us.
Okay. Alright, we are ready.
Okay, the interview is ready, so let's talk to someone from Illés. Hello there, and congratulations to the quite good victory in here. What can you tell us about the match itself? CD, you are actually not a player, so we can't talk about some things you did in the game. But as I heard, you are, I think, analyst, so you prepped for the game, the team, and what do you think? How the players played what you prepared for them? Okay, so I'm not sure if the interview was... Okay, hello. Can you hear me, CD?
Hello. I don't know if you can hear me. Or...
Okay, it's really laggy.
Hello?
I don't think. Okay, so this interview will not happen. We are sorry for that. There are some technical difficulties on the side of CD, the analyst of the Illés, but unfortunately, we were not able to perform it like this. Other than that, we have interesting matches behind us. What do you think, Peter, about the display day, how it went?
I would say these two matches that we had today were pretty one-sided. Not much to say. Pretty much, I'm just expecting something more from the teams that were lost this today for the next week, so they can show up. And that's pretty much it from my side. What about you?
Yeah, I think it is the same. Like, I didn't expect the Gunrunners to win, and it didn't happen in the end. But I expected them to put up a better fight, though from what we've seen, Wild was really well prepared for them. And as Triff said, Clubhouse is their map pick, so they went for it, they knew what to do, and they did exactly what they wanted to do. With the second match, Plague Illés, it was kind of expected again. I didn't expect much other difference, and Illés just went for the fragging, and they just showed us how their mechanical skill is. Okay, let's see what the next week will bring. I'm not sure which matches will be streamed in here, but I think, yeah. So we will see Gunrunners again, I think, against Glore. So it's third time in a row for you to see your ex-teammates on the kind of big stage.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Well, the Liquipedia tells me that, so yeah, it's going to be that. And the other match, I think, will be Fady again. No, not Fady. Okay, it's going to be Dark Tigers against Plague. So finally a match, or not finally, but the matches that might be really interesting to see, because all these teams right now are sitting on the bottom of the scoreboard. So I'm in the wrong. Okay, I'm just stupid. I looked at the wrong round. Whatever. Okay, so I wasn't that wrong about the teams, but the matches are going to be Wild Gaming or Wild Multigaming against Glore, and Dark Tigers against Gunrunners. So the Gunrunners will be on the board, as I've said, but against a different team. So you still will see the Frost and stuff. But yeah, I think this is all for today and my mishaps. From my side, it's all. You can enjoy the rest of the evening with Siege, in Siege, with anything else what you want. But see ya next week.
See ya, boys, and have a nice day. And see you next week, like you said.